Hey, I'm Donald Bell for CNET.com, and today I'm giving you a first look at the Apple iPad. You've no doubt heard a lot of hype about Apple's new tablet computer. It measures a little under 8 by 10 and about a half an inch thick, giving it a natural magazine-like feel. It weighs 1.5 pounds, which is light by laptop standards, but a little hefty compared to something like the Amazon Kindle. There are two main models, one that connects to the web over Wi-Fi, and one that uses a combo of Wi-Fi and 3G wireless from AT&T. The Wi-Fi models come in three capacities, starting at $499 for 16 gigabytes, $599 for 32 gigabytes, and $699 for 64 gigs. The 3G equipped models come in the same three capacities, but sell for $130 more on top of the pay-as-you-go data plan you need from AT&T to get the 3G working. For most people, the Wi-Fi model is going to be the one to go with, both because it's cheaper and because this is really a device that seems to be geared for the living room. The whole thing is based around the iPhone OS, which is scaled much bigger to fill the 9.7-inch screen. There's a lot of familiar features here, such as email, web, photos, maps, music, videos, and YouTube, along with the links to the integrated iTunes Store and App Store. When you launch any of these apps, however, the user interface is slightly different than what we've seen from the iPhone, mostly because there's more room to play with. The email app shows off your inbox alongside emails while in the landscape view, and the Photos app behaves much more like Apple's own iPhoto software, with these stacks of photos grouped by events. And apps such as Maps and the Safari web browser get much closer to a laptop experience on this larger screen. Apple beefed up the processor too, using their own 1 GHz A4 chip, which makes the whole thing very responsive, which is something you notice in particular on apps that don't depend on the web, like Photos. There's also an optional download from Apple called iBooks that gives the iPad a drool-worthy ebook reader. Thankfully, the faster processor doesn't come at the expense of battery life. Apple promises 10 hours of active use, including web and video, and up to a month of standby time. When you need to charge it, you can connect it to your computer or use the included USB wall charger. Apple also sells this basic $30 dock, which has the advantage of transforming the iPad into a pretty cool little photo frame while it charges. Speaking of docks, Apple has another one for $70 with a keyboard attached, which can really help with hardcore emailing or entering text into Apple's optional spreadsheet, documents, and presentation apps, which sell for $9.99 each. They're useful, but like the iPhone, the real draw of the iPad in the long run will be apps made by third parties. You've got all sorts of games with stunning graphics, video streaming apps like Netflix, a comic book app from Marvel, and tons of exciting apps that are trickling out day by day. All of that really gets down to the main appeal of the device. There's no single thing that it does that can't be done with a $1,000 laptop, and in some ways done better. But given its size and its price, and its design like most Apple products, puts even the most expensive competitors to shame. So there you go, that's my take on the Apple iPad. You can find more of our continuing iPad coverage at CNET.com.